Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is proudly presented by Graphics 2000. We're scheduled for 3 rounds in the MMA Explosion Featherweight Division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a mixed martial artist, standing 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 144 pounds. Fighting out of Jeremy Horn Elite by way of Salt Lake City, Utah. Making his amateur debut this evening, here is David Putvin. And now, introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man's a mixed martial artist, standing 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 144 pounds. Fighting out of the Academy of Striking and Grappling by way of Moreno Valley, California. Also making his amateur debut tonight, here is Leo Garcia. And when his fight begins, your referee in charge is Joe Sullivan.
It is our third fight of the evening. We've got Leo Garcia, who is in the red corner tonight. He is wearing the blue and the white trunks there. David Putvin is wearing the black and the white trunks. Both fighters making their debut tonight.
Stop at all times. This is my instructions at all times. If I tell you to stop, you need to stop. No questions? Touch gloves, go back to your corner, be ready to fight.
We are at the Rio tonight. It is the World Series of Poker main event final table fight party. Dave Farah alongside John Morgan and Jason Gentry, a.k.a. Jason Mahoney. How you doing, man?
Pretty good, my friend.
I just outed your real name. What did I do?
Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
Now everyone watching on the Takedown Sports Network online is going to know. Here we go, round number 1. Oh.
Nice jab early from Putvin. Put it right on that mustache.
And Leo Garcia immediately works him up into the corner. Hanging his head pretty low there.
Uppercuts. Beautiful left hand. Look at the head movement as he backs away and delivers the straights.
Both these guys.
Oh, man, he took a couple of shots there.
Back and forth.
Yeah, Garcia connected on a few of those punches. But Putvin doing a nice job of, as you said, moving his head around. Only ate a couple of the solid shots that Garcia was throwing.
And showing he has a pretty solid chin. And some great takedowns right there.
Beautiful drag. In the side control, old school side control, sitting on his butt momentarily. That's coming from Jeremy Horn. That's that old school side control.
He fights out of Jeremy Horn Elite. Jeremy Horn actually in his corner tonight, and Jeremy Horn is one of the most experienced mixed martial artists of our time. And David Putvin there goes to a full mount.
Yeah, you've got to think anybody coming out of Jeremy Horn's camp is going to have a nice grappling game, and Leo Garcia spins to avoid damage and gives his back. He's going to be in a lot of trouble here with a little less than a minute to try to defend.
That's a lot of time to work for that choke. Let's see if Putvin's able to do it.
Yeah, and Putvin making his debut tonight. Looks like an experienced professional the way he's transitioning from these moves. Spins back to the full mount. Has full extension if he can start to land some of these punches. And Garcia's in a huge amount of trouble here.
Spins again and gives up the back.
Looking for the choke.
The right arm looks under there. It's tough to see. It looks like he's getting under. Garcia trying to keep that chin tucked.
One hook in.
25 seconds in the first round. Been all Putvin so far. He's in the black and the white trunks. He's got the back right now of Leo Garcia, who's in the blue and the white.
Leo may just want to just survive, try to hold on to anything that Putvin's throwing and just wait for this round to end.
Looks like he's going to make it through. Final 10 seconds. Oh, he takes a big shot there.
Big right hand.
That seemed like a mistake trying to throw that elbow from his knees.
He throws another one, though. First round is in the books. David Putvin certainly walking away with that one. Let's listen in to the corner of David Putvin. Jeremy Horn is actually in the corner right now. Let's listen to what he has to say. For David Putvin, doing a nice job right there with the control. Started to open up. Got what he wanted.
Patience by Putvin, though, just to avoid, pick the opening, and then just unleashed.
Yeah, and Garcia gave up his back a couple of times there because he didn't want to take that punishment from full mount. David wasn't able to close the deal, but keep in mind these are 3 2-minute rounds, so they move really quickly. If you're going to get a submission, you have to work at a furious pace. Round number 2, David Putvin in the black and the white.
No, Garcia had a little bit of success striking. I don't think he wants to be in this clinch position. Putvin did a great job of a nice little arm drag early to get the fight to the ground in the first round. I think Garcia wants to keep at distance, even though Putvin had a nice jab also.
Putvin just imposing his will all over Garcia right now. Got him back in the corner now. Going to probably work for another throw or continue to just push him all around the ring.
Yeah, he's right in his own corner. He's getting the instruction from Jeremy Horn over there. Some 99 recorded professional fights, probably many more that didn't make it to that record. That's a great person to be getting advice from.
I'm really impressed with his skills for making his debut tonight. Like I mentioned just a couple of minutes ago, you know, he looks like a seasoned professional in the way that he's working Leo Garcia right now.
Garcia tried for the trip, and Poopman just shook it off.
Looked like Garcia got a pretty solid uppercut there.
Yeah, he's got some decent hands in the clinch. I think he was effective from the outside. He's just got to be so aware of the trip here.
Well, Poopman tried to take him down and ate a couple for that one.
Back into the corner. Pootman's got Garcia's back pushed up against the corner.
Not as much damage in this round. The action a lot better as Garcia delivers a knee up the middle, but you know, I think the control is by Poopman for sure.
I think Poopman may be gassed. He looks very tired.
Yeah, he's throwing those jabs, but they look kind of lazy. His hands are hanging relatively low. Garcia's coming in pretty hot and heavy on the other hand.
Poopman jabs again. He has been effective with that jab, but Garcia throwing some bombs inside.
Yeah, and they're catching, too. You see the head of Pootman shaking a little bit as Garcia utilizes some of that dirty boxing. Nice knee to the body there.
Oh, that had to be. Wow, that looked like it was a direct shot to the groin.
Garcia's
nice knee up the gut.
He's more of a man than I am if he could take a direct shot like that. End of round number 2. It's in the books. It was a clinic seemingly in round number 1, but I'm not sure if the gas tank is an issue for David Poopman here. He didn't have as much steam in that second round, and Garcia connected with some punches. I'm curious if this third round is going to make the difference in the fight, because that second round, I could possibly see the judges giving that one to Leo Garcia.
I gave that one, on my scorecard, I gave that one to Leo Garcia. I think he got the better of the striking all throughout the round, and there were no takedowns by Poopman. He imposed his will on him against the corner, but really didn't act, wasn't able to use that to be very effective.
Yeah, I'm with you. He was controlling the action, moved Garcia into the corner, but really didn't, exercise anything from there. And Garcia really answered back with a couple nice knees, those uppercuts that were scoring. I think the third round the fight could hang in the balance.
Now, if you're in the corner of Leo Garcia, you've got to be telling him to stay on the feet, create some distance.
Sure. He was successful inside with the knees and the uppercuts, but I think his better shots are on the outside right now.
Yeah, and he did a much better job in that round of keeping on his feet. Poopman tried for a couple takedowns, and Garcia stuffed him every single time. So maybe that first one in the first round just caught him off guard.
It's our third and final round. This could be anyone's fight tonight. Leo Garcia in the blue and the white trunks, David Potvin in the black and the white. Both fighters making their debut. Somebody's walking away with the win tonight, and this third round could very well determine it. Again, Leo Garcia comes out, eats a couple of punches, but lands a couple as well, and he is swinging hard.
Yeah, powerful shots. A right hand gets in. Potvin does a great job with that jab.
Oh, big knee to the body from Garcia, and Potvin is going for this takedown. Immediately gets into the ground. Nice double leg there. But
Garcia alertly grabs the guillotine. I'm sure in the Jeremy Horn camp, Poopman's been there before, but it looks deep with the arm in.
Really deep.
It almost looked like a DDT right there. It's an arm in. It's going to be tough for him to finish, but he might be able to. He's squeezing with all of his might right there.
I mean, Poopman must be comfortable because he's not reaching up with his arms at all.
You couldn't see it right there, but Poopman just gave the thumbs up to the referee saying that he was good.
Yeah, he must feel comfortable because he's not reaching for that left arm and trying to pull it away from his neck, and right there pops his head out. Nevertheless, I mean, you got to give Leo Garcia credit. I understand that Poopman was in a top position, but he was in a bad position.
Curious if the judges will see that tonight. Now, Garcia's guard seems to be riding fairly high. It's possible he could try to transition up for a triangle here. Not sure whether or not he's going to try for any submission attempts, because when it has gone to the ground, we've seen a marked advantage with David Potvin.
Yeah, I mean, Potvin does have some long limbs that you could attack, but it seems like he's got the better game on the ground. If I'm Leo Garcia, I'm breaking that open guard, and I'm trying to get back to my feet.
35 seconds here in round number 3, and now David Potvin creates some distance. Starts to rain down some punches, a few of them connecting, but you gotta love the gumption there of Leo Garcia. He's still throwing some hammer fists from the top.
Yeah, and Potvin immediately slides out to side control now north-south. And I think...
Oh, I was going to say Garcia was bobbing and weaving on the ground, but Potvin just gets in full mount and just unleashes right now.
Final 10 seconds of our final round here.
And you see the reach advantage. Potvin can score from the top, and Garcia can't answer from below. Garcia turns over. Pootvin's going to finish this thing in a dominant position.
That's the end, ladies and gentlemen. David Putvin could very well have won that fight in that final 30 seconds.
I think he did. I mean, you talk about stealing rounds, you talk about the last action that the judges see. I thought Leo Garcia started the round very crisply, very alertly, but once he got to bottom position, once he had to let go of the guillotine, I think at that point he should have scrambled up, and I think that ultimately was the mistake that might cost him the fight.
Yeah, David Putvin's ground game just much superior to Leo Garcia's.
This is the moment here in the third round. As they're coming to the close of the third round, only about 30 seconds left. David Putvin there doing some nice body shots, and that's what loosened Leo Garcia up a little bit. That's how he created this distance that he needed. And again, the timing was nice.
The timing is good. And the posturing, once he postured up, the difference in the reach, you could see that Putvin could score down where Leo Garcia's punches are short coming up.
Right there, yeah. He just leans back and avoids any damage, waits for his moment, and then goes in and just opens up.
And at that moment, Leo Garcia really should have worked on scrambling back to his feet. Instead, he gave up the control, and I think that's where he gave up the fight.
Close fight, very exciting one, our third one of the night here. World Series of Poker main event final table fight party. David Putvin right there, you see, with that final flurry that could have won him the fight, but we'll see what the judges thought here in just a moment.
Oh, Leo Garcia's celebrating a little bit over there. He's happy, and he can make a case. The second round was close, and I think he took it. The third round was close. I don't think he did, but he can make a case.
Leo Garcia had that first minute of the third round. I mean, he had some big strikes, some big knees. He went for the guillotine. You know, he was in a position, but I think just the gumption of David Putvin getting out of that and then taking the dominant position won him that fight. The flurry at the end was, I think, what did it for him.
It's time for the official decision from the judges. We're going to take it up to our ring announcer, Brad Spiddick, right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight has gone the distance. We now go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. We have your winner by unanimous decision out of the blue corner, David Putvin.
A unanimous decision for David Putvin tonight out of Jeremy